Seattle Mariner Teoscar Hernandez. Do you go by Teo?
Teo is fine.
Teo.
Yeah.
So, how's Seattle? You just landed.
Yeah, I mean, I get here last night. It was a long trip, but you know, uh, it was nice and chilly. Just happy to be here.
Good.
What was that process like, knowing that you're coming to Seattle with all the battles that you've had? I'll tell you one thing: the Toronto fans like fill this thing up when you guys show up. So is it different being here and being like, all right, I have the other jersey on now and I'm working for these dudes?
You know, it's always being on in either side. It's good, but coming here as a Blue Jays, it was fun because we know this stadium is gonna have, I think, as many fans that we have in Toronto, because it's really close to Canada. But being now as a home team, it's even more. I know the excitement that these people bring every day when the season starts, and I know how it feels when the Mariners are coming from being losing a game or winning a game. I know what these fans can do for the home team.
How'd you feel getting the news that it was Seattle? Like, walk me through that process. Who'd you hear it from? What was the news like? Obviously, these two teams had somewhat recently met each other.
You know, it was a lot of things going on in Twitter. A lot of people saying that I might get traded to Seattle. I might get traded to Miami, and all those things. But I had a feeling that it was gonna be here to Seattle, and I'm glad that it was here because I always loved this stadium. I always loved this city since I was in Houston in 2016. So this has been one of my favorite stadium, and now playing for as a home team, it's pretty good for me.
Hold up. Did you technically find out on Twitter that you were traded?
No.
Okay.
They were talking about like
You
one
were
or
seeing
2
the
days
rumors, so
before.
you were
Yep.
okay. So
Yep.
when you did get the news from your agent or from the team or whatever, you were like, okay, I kind of saw this coming.
I mean, it was. I saw it coming. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a surprise because it's always a surprise a player when they got traded. But I think I had a feeling that it was going on.
Yeah.
Has anybody from the team reached out to you yet and welcomed you to the squad, or you haven't really talked to anybody?
Oh yeah, the first one was Robbie Ray. You know, who was my teammate when we were in Toronto a couple of years ago. JP, I talked to him. I talked to Seawall, to Kyle Riley, Julio. Obviously, we're training together. Luis Castillo. But other than that, I haven't get in touch with the guys. But I can wait to meet them and spring training.
So you'd already trained with Julio before?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that you guys were training together.
No, we're training now together.
Oh,
Yeah.
so where's that at? What's
In
going
Florida.
on there? In Florida?
Yeah,
How
Tampa.
long's that been going on?
Now it's almost 2 weeks.
What do you think of him?
He's good.
So annoying,
He just-
right?
Yeah,
No,
it's just,
nicest guy.
he's just a kid that wants to have some fun.
Yeah.
You know, enjoy the things that he do here and the things that we all love.
Now, when I played in the NFL, then I played in the CFL. The first thing I did when I figured out I was going to the CFLs, I got to call the wife. Like, hey, this is the situation. What are we going to do with the kids or whatnot? When you told the wife that, look, we're going to Seattle, what was her reaction?
I mean, I was talking to her a couple of days before, and I tell her I think we're going to Seattle. If I got traded this offseason, I think it's to Seattle. She got sad, you know, because it's far.
Your friends.
Especially for the kids, for the people that we already met in Toronto. But at the end of the day, it's a business. She understands and just can't wait for the opportunity and for the new journey.
What's your perception coming to Seattle? Because I'll tell you, Teo, I think that a couple years ago, let's say 5+ years ago, a player being traded to a team that hadn't been to the postseason would be like, oh, great. Like, what's happening now? I'm coming from this team that's so successful. Now you're coming to a team that is, I mean, one of the best teams in the American League, already leaving one of the best teams in the American League, but it's like going from one competitor to another competitor. I mean, do you like being able to still, be pushing towards the postseason there? What was that like?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always like to win. I think everybody does. But seeing the opportunity to come here and the change that the Seattle are making in the last 5-6 years that you already mentioned, it's very impressive. You know, a team that is always have a losing record from going into a year that is almost going for the World Series. It's been impressive. You know, we have a pretty good group, and I'm really excited to join this group, especially to see what they can do when they fighting for a spot in the playoffs.
This is a young, fun group. I'm sure you've seen the little dances they do when they win. In Toronto, you guys had your jacket when you hit a bomb. How do you feel like your personality is going to fit with these guys? Are you seem like a laid back type of dude, but how do you think you fit in here?
I think it's gonna fit in really good, you know, because I enjoy the game. As you guys watch every game
Yeah.
when I was in Toronto, I tried to bring the happiness to my teammates, try to making jokes, try to relax during the games, trying to not get so focused on the things that we have to do because they're really hard. And for you to be thinking too much in the field, it's gonna make everything even harder. So I'm one of the guys that always trying to make my teammates relax and be happy, enjoy what they're doing as a group and doing it together.
I think Scott Service is going to love that. You guys, if you're listening, so if you're watching on the stream, seattlesports.com/video, you can see Teo, who's sitting in front of the camera. If you are not and you're just listening, you cannot see that Teo has been smiling the entire time during the interview.
Yeah.
He sounds so chill, but when you were like, I just like making jokes and letting people have a good time, I was like, I can absolutely, Bump, I know you can, we were like, we can absolutely see this happening.
Yeah.
You're going to fit in perfectly here. Let's talk a little bit of baseball here. Tell me about yourself defensively. I don't actually know a ton about your defense. Do you think it's a strength? Do you like doing it? I mean, who are you as a player?
I mean, I'm a guy that in the minor leagues I used to play center field. When I get to the big leagues, I play most of the times all the positions.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a position in the outfield because when I was in Houston, they got Springer, they got Marisnik in center.
Yeah.
So I have to move to one of the corners so I can play. And then I got traded to Toronto. They had a center fielder when Pilar was there. So, and they got Batista too. So I have to go and play left field. I never played being in left field. So it was a transition. It was really hard for me because I never played there. And now playing for the first time in the big leagues, it was really hard. But I'm trying to adjust that and try to make the best that I can in any position that the team wants me to play, and just trying to bring my best to help my teammates and the team.
Offensively, they say, look, man, he hits the ball hard. That's what we want. You get up to the plate and just hit the ball hard. Has that always been a part of your game? Is that something you developed over the years?
I mean, I always had that like hiding power on me, but I never put any attention to that. I just like to play my game. I was most of my career in the minor leagues. I was a leadoff guy, so I just tried to get on base, steal bases, score runs. But I never pay attention to the power that I got on me until I can see what I can do in a baseball field.
When did you get into baseball? How old were you?
I was
Baby.
really, yeah.
Born with a bat.
Yeah, I know. You know, in the Dominican Republic, most of the kids play baseball. And I think I started playing baseball that I remember maybe when I was 5, 6
Yeah,
years
wow.
old. I always loved this game. And I know all the kids in Dominican love it too, because that's all we do in Dominican.
No.
Dominican Republic is known by baseball. You know the players that come from that little country and have the success that they have during the years in the big leagues.
It may be Dominican players, which would be completely understandable. There have been many great Dominican players,
Oh, yeah.
but who were some of your favorite players growing up?
It was right now. or
Both, right
growing
now
up?
and growing up.
Growing up, I saw a lot of Manny Ramirez, Albert
Yes.
Pujols, Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, seeing all these stars, it's just unbelievable. And have the opportunity to play against them and play with them, it's really awesome for me.
Yeah.
Man, when you make it to where you are in your career, I always think about people's families and how proud they are, to see their son or their brother doing what they do. How's your family played a role in your success and what you've been able to do?
I think they're being the key for me. I'm a family guy. I'm not a guy that you're gonna see hanging out or having fun and going out. I'm trying to always be chill with my family and try to enjoy it because this job take me so much
Mm.
out of my family. So uh, they're being the ones that always support me. So I think that's why I play this game and that's why I enjoy it so much because I know it's really hard to be in the place that I am right now, and it was not easy, and it's not easy for a player, especially coming from the Dominican Republic, to get to this point. Uh, I appreciate everything that my family does throughout the years for my career and for me.
Tell us a bit about your family. During the break, you told us you have 3 kids, all boys.
All boys.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I mean, it's a lot of things to do when I'm at home, but I try to enjoy every single moment. Especially because the season is almost starting, and I'm not gonna have the chance to be with
Yeah.
them, especially because they're so little now.
Baseball has changed a lot in the last 10, 15 years with the analytics, and we're in our 30s, right? So we can remember when it was simple, and we're like in that transition to where we're seeing all the data
Yep.
and stuff being put out there. How does that change the way you prepare for a season, or do you kind of stick to what got you here? I'm just going to do that and not really worry about all this new age stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch a lot of like new things that they bring to baseball. I just prepare myself, get ready, do the things that has been working for me throughout my career, and just go out there and play my baseball. There's a lot of things now that if you listen to, you're not gonna focus on the things that you have to do on the
Right.
field.
What's it may be that, but so far as a player, what's to you maybe the most important lesson that you've learned? Like over the course of your career so far when you're like, man, it might have taken me a couple years to figure it out, but I'm so glad I figured it out.
I mean, it just trust and the skills that as a player you have.
Yeah.
If you made it to the big leagues, it's because you're special. I don't think there's a lot of guys understand that at young age. But if you try and you work mentally, and when you're in the minor leagues, I think when you got to the big leagues, it's easier because you're already grown in your mind, not physically. But I think that's one of the keys for me. I understand what I have to do. I understand that I'm gonna miss. I understand that I'm gonna make errors and all those little things that get a player out of focus so easy.